In the crackly crunching of autumn leaves, I am thankful that God is there. In the quiet glistening of dew, I am thankful that God is there. In the breathtaking awe of sunrise, I am thankful that God is there. In the owl's hoot at the dead of night, I am thankful that God is there. In the orderly scurrying of ants, I am thankful that God is there. In the vast twinkling of stars, I am thankful that God is there. In the flower growing through the concrete, I am thankful that God is there. There is something about the feeling of warm sunshine on my skin, or the smell of rain on hot ground, or splashing through squelching puddles that brings me closer to God. There have been times like standing on a Cornish beach with the bluest sapphire sea, or looking out over a hill, where the veil between the divine and the mortal seems to be at its thinnest.
In my own faith journey, it was nature that brought me closer to God. Not just the beauty and awe of creation, but the order and logic as well. This planet, this universe couldn't have been made by accident. But more than that, God made me and chose to bring me into creation.
Psalm 139, verses 13 to 14 read, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well."
God has a vision and a purpose for my life. I'm not separate from God's creation, but I'm part of it. I think that's why when I'm in nature, I can connect more closely with God. And I like to pray surrounded by nature, whether it's going for a walk or just sitting and being within God's creation.
For me, prayer is as simple as a conversation, talking with God and listening to God's response. I find the listening part quite difficult, but walking through nature, being within God's creation, it is so much easier to forget the busyness of life and just be in the presence of God. How amazing that we can approach our almighty, powerful God as a child approaches a parent.
Prayer is such an important part of my life as a Christian, and it is prayer that has helped me to discern what God is calling me to do. I'm sure that it is God that has placed within me this passion for the environment, a drive to fight for social justice, and a calling to respond to climate injustice.
And even in the times where I'm still working out what God's purpose for me is, I am thankful that I can turn back to the beauty of creation to know that God is with me.
My prayer for thy kingdom come is that we may all recognise our part in creation. I pray that we may all respond to God's calling to be good stewards, and I pray that others may experience and find God within nature. Amen.